Good evening and welcome to those who are joining us on YouTube for this rehearsal of Doncaster Choral Society as we delve further into the Messiah this evening. I'm really looking forward to it. It was lovely to meet with everybody last week, and I hope this evening that we'll cover. We're going to look at 3 choruses tonight, and I hope that we'll cover quite a bit in reasonable depth. And so if you're familiar with these choruses from the Messiah, hopefully there might be 1 or 2 notes that you are reaffirmed in your knowledge of. And for those who are less familiar with the Messiah, then hopefully this is a good opportunity to get to know the dots in a little bit more detail this evening. We'll have plenty of opportunity though to sing together to a recording, so at least we get some sense of singing with others. But first of all, let's get ourselves warmed up. I'm going to get me off spotlight so we can see everybody singing. And first of all, I'd just like to think about growing tall and sitting with that back feeling, either sitting or standing, and think about the back rising through the spine and coming, and really that from the base of the spine to coming out to the crown of the head is that lovely straight line, and that the sound's going to come from here and straight up and out of the crown of the head as we go. All right, we're going to start with a gentle hum. Simply sing. Okay, we're going to go down the scale now, and I'd just like to think about a beautiful, well-shaped and rounded ooh. Ooh. So think about the lips drawing forwards, but not so narrow that all you can hear is the harmonics ringing on it. Ooh. But ooh. So a lovely bit of space. 3 and good. We're going to get our voices moving nimbly with what was, at least certainly many years ago when I was back at music college, what was, I think, the 2nd year technical exam for singers. I made it part of that exam at least. We're going to sing a scale, but we're going to keep returning to the first note, to the C. So the pattern goes Let's give that a go together. Lovely, well done. As you sing that, I'd just like to think about the placement for now. We'll think about the placement of the lower pitches, so the placement of the scale notes on the way down, to make sure every single one is exactly well placed, and particularly watching out for your 3rd pitch, the A, or the 6th of the scale, which is always likely to be a little bit flat if we're not careful. So let's try it again. Good. So now we've got that in our head. We're now going to really concentrate on making sure that the C we're returning to remains a true C every single time, and it's not slowly getting lower and lower and lower as we go along. So let's give that a go. Good. With all that in mind, we're now going to add a B before it. Ba 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 ba. Kind of lightly, like you're singing in a kind of pointillism kind of way. Just lots of little jabs of sound. And ba 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 ba. Great, you should be finding that you're not having to work overly hard. That's very light and bouncy. One last time. Ba 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 ba. And the last thing to do with it is to take the B out, but still with that nice light touch. And great, I'm trusting you've all passed your second year vocal exams, technical exams with flying colours there, I'm sure of it. Right, we're going to crack straight on this evening with The Lord Gave the Word, which is on page 146 in your hymn books. I'll just get the track lined up before we start.
Page 133 in class.
Excellent. Thanks, Phil. Just repeat what page that was.
Page 133 in class.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, let me just get my music a little bit closer so we can see it. So, gentlemen, we begin. Why don't we have a look at the tenors and basses to start with? Good. Bass is once by itself, so the Lord, one and one. Great was the company of the preachers, great was the company of the preachers. Lovely, good. If at any point anybody wants me to go back over their part, just give me a double-handed wave, or you can unmute yourself and let me know if you'd like me to do that. Tenors, just having a look here. Any tenors? Give me a wave. Who's a tenor amongst us? Ian, Adrian, Richard. Wonderful, great. Okay, so tenors. The Lord, one and the Lord gave the word. Great was the company, the company of preachers. Lovely. I'm sure you're making a much nicer sound than I all the way up there. Let's do a quick look at bar 6, please, tenors. Just paying particular attention on company of the preachers. That you're well placed there. With your E flat. And company of the preachers. Good-o. Altos. Let's have a look at your moment. So you'll hear the tenors and basses sing first, and then I'll give you beat 1 of bar 3. So 1. Great was the company of the preachers. Great was the company, the company, the company, the company of the preachers. Good. Hopefully no surprises there, altos. But let's just, for safety's sake, pick up going into bar 5. The company, the company, the company of the preachers. 3 and 4. The company of the preachers. Sopranos. Great was the and 1. Great was the company of the preachers. Great was the Okay, well done. Let's have a look at this melismatic moment. So it was the come. 1, 2. Sopranos, we're going to put all that into context. Great was the company. And 1. Great was the company of the preachers. Great was the Okay. Anybody got any questions so far? Marvellous. Great. Let's try that much with the recording. And I might just keep going a little bit and then I'll rewind in our rehearsal to look over those moments. Okay, so... Oh, shall I make myself big again so you can all see me? Okay. Okay, let's pause there a moment. And let's just pick up from the sopranos and altos. Sopranos first. The Lord gave the word. Even though the is short each time, don't make the vowel too short. The Lord. So we're on the Lord, just the th to here, but the Lord. So it really does have a pitch to it. 1, 2. The Lord gave the word. And for both sopranos and altos, what we're in effect we're doing with the pause on word is turning that bar 10, into a bar of 6 and making word 3 beats long with a crotchet rest. Simon, that's what you... good evening, Simon. Sorry, I haven't said hello yet. I hadn't spotted you there. That's what you're aiming for, isn't it, I think? Yeah, great. Excellent. So, the Lord. This time we'll keep going, sopranos. 1, 2. The Lord gave the word. Great was... Good, and we'll start to discover now. There's these repeated notes within the runs to watch out for. Sopranos, you had this repeated C, and so as you have a repeated C, so this is looking in bar 12. Use it as a pickup into the following phrase. So it's like a little moment of extra momentum taking you on into the next idea. Great was the company, the It's like the new idea to lead you forwards. Sopranos, let's sing that one last time. We'll just go from great was the great and great was the company, the company, the company of the preachers. Okay, good. Thank you. Altos. The Lord. We'll go from there and we'll keep going. 1. The Lord gave the word. Great was the Let's do that once more for safety there, altos. But this time we'll go straight in on great, great, and great was the... Tenors. So you're coming straight in on great here. 3 and... And so tenor, same thing applies to you when you've got the repeated C's. Just detach the two and use the second one as the emphasis to lead you on to the next phrase. Company, the company. You can hear those as distinct pitches, distinct ideas. Let's do it one last time, tenors. And... and basses. Great and great was the company. Once more, 3 and 4. Okay, so we're going to try this moment all together. Let me just see if I can find roughly somewhere roughly before the sopranos and altos sing. Hopefully this leads us into it. Here we go, and... Reading on. So let's have a look at a couple of these moments then, shall we? Basses. Let's start with you. And I'm just looking here at figure B, as it's marked in my copy, at bar 15. Great. 1, 2. Good, and again there, basses, you've got those repeated notes, and the same thing as we've said previously to sopranos and tenors. Ba-ba-da-da-dum. Really lead on with the the repeated note itself. Tenors. Let's. Shall we just look at this once? Figure B, third beat. Great. 1, 2. And okay, all happy there, tenors? Altos. Great was the car. 1, 2. Which I'm sure you spotted is very similar there to what the basses had previously. Sopranos. Great. 1, 2. And okay, let's try that all together. I'm just going to, we'll go back. I'm hoping I'll pick up at the same place as we started before at figure A. The Lord gave the word. This should hopefully be just before it, and we'll sing this tutty. Oh, I'll give you a little bit more warning this time. Wonderful. We're going to go right from the very beginning and put. Hold on a minute. We're going to put all of that together right from the very beginning, from the Gentleman's Triumphant entry here. Lovely, excellent, good. All happy. Excellent. Okay, that's good news. Well, we're going to have a look at their sound is gone out. I'm just going to find a different recording with the chorus here. Okay. This might be a little on the swift side, but nonetheless, we'll go with it for today, shall we?
138. Oh,
so this is page 151 through the Novello, the Watkins Shaw.
138 in the traps.
Excellent, thank you. Wonderful. Oh, and we're in Baroque pitch there, I think. Let's just try one other recording. I'm afraid I can't find the one I found earlier on.
The sound is gone.
Okay. We'll go with their key for now, I'm afraid. Okay, which is sopranos might be all too glad about anyway. So let's we're going to go for this straight away, and then I'm going to go back and we'll look in detail afterwards. But we'll go for a run of this straight away. Okay, so we're going to have a look at a few moments here, and in fact I'm going to start towards the end at what's marked in my score as figure B, bar 23. Now we're going back up. Okay. And I'm just going to start with sopranos fairly steadily here. The sound is gone out into all lands. Let's read from that moment on and we'll keep going, sopranos. The sound, and 1, 2, 3. 2 and. Okay, let's do that once more, please, sopranos. The sound, and 1, 2, 3. depending here whether we're double dotting, Simon. Yeah, double dotting at the end. Ends of the world. Okay. Altos. Sopranos, I'm sure you all clocked in bar 27. I'm sorry, the first time we played through there, I threw in an A natural just to see if you were on the ball there or not. So there's apologies for that. But I'm sure you all clocked the A flat. Altos, the sound is gone out. Nice and steadily. 3, 4, 1. The sound is gone out. Two, three. Breath. Okay. All happy there, altos? Kind of leads fairly naturally, doesn't it? Tenors. The sound is gone out. And 1. 3, 4, 1. One, two, and. And finally, basses, please. So here's beat 1 of figure B. 1, 2, 3, and 1. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 1, and. Okay, let's try this this final section then. In fact, I'm going to go back a little. Yeah, well, I'll stick with what I've said. Let's we'll pick up. I'll play you going into this final section, but then we'll pick up as you're able. So this should hopefully be somewhere between figure A and figure B. And a 1. Okay. Now, just to take us into that, I'm going to have just a look at your opening entries here, right at the very beginning of the piece, and we're going to go back up to E flat. The sound is gone out. Can we have the S, lovely and crisp, unless otherwise instructed? Always aim for your S to sound something like that awful moment where you've picked up a bottle of sparkling water thinking it's been resting for a while, but actually somebody had previously just dropped it. And you kind of have that moment where you hear the air escape and you quickly shut it off. It was like that. It's quite a short, sharp burst of breath coming through. The sound is gone out. So rather than the slithery snake, the sound, and it should give a nice bit of energy to the rest of the sound too. So all we're going to sing are those first entries. So sopranos, then altos, then tenors and basses, singing no more than their sound is gone out, and just thinking about this short, sharp, crisp S. And one. The sound is... And if you carry that same level of energy throughout the rest of the singing, you'll have just the right kind of energy that we're aiming for here. Let's sing through right from the very beginning before we dive into "But Thanks Be to God." I'm going to go back down to Baroque. Okay. Okie dokie, well done, excellent. Any questions before I move on? Wonderful, excellent news. Okay, so we'll have a look. It's on page 199 in my book. But Thanks Be to God. Number 51.
184. Page 184 in the Prouts.
Wonderful, thanks, Phil. Just going to find the track so we're ready to go when we have it. Okay, so going to do the same thing again. Give us opportunity to have a bit of a sing through. So we'll dive into it with the recording first. Then I'll go back and we'll have a look over a couple of corners. And you might discover there's a couple of corners that you might like me to look at if I having done that, and then I can make sure I do so for you. I'll just mute everyone again. Let's have a go. The recording goes straight in. You've not got any warning really, so you'll have to pick up as we go, I guess. Soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. So good luck. Here we go. Okay, good. Well, looking like lots of happy faces there, so it looks like we're in a good place. No one looking too confused, I don't think. If you are, don't worry. We can look over those moments. In fact, I'm going to start at figure D for Doris, which is bar 62. Actually, just leading into that with the tenors. So let's have a go here, tenors together. But thanks. To my taste, Simon, I'd be guided by what you're looking for here. To my taste, the thanks on that recording are a little on the bright side, almost mid-Atlantic. But thanks, have a little bit more space to your vowels there. But thanks. Okay, so tenors. 1, 2. But thanks. One and. And I'll trust the final few notes are all fine there. Tenors, sorry to stop you in your flow, I'm sure. Altos, but thanks. For everybody, just ensure your thanks are full length crotchets and that the K is good and clear. So for altos, for example, but thanks. Often we hear the S, but the K is often lost here. So it'd be lovely if there's just that little clarity of the ks between the two consonants there. So altos 3 and 4. But thanks, thanks. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and. One. And then that will make more sense with everybody there. Basses, let's look at your moment, and then we'll come to sopranos. Thank you for your patience, sopranos. So this is a figure D, but your first entry figure D, which is going into bar 65. So 3 and 4. One, 2, 3 and. And finally, sopranos. Delicate placement here. But thanks. So bar 64. 1, 2, 3. Three, 4, 1. Wonderful, good. Where's Baroque pitch now? Hey, but I'm sure that was all lovely. Great. Let's try that section. Tutti. So let me just rewind a little bit. Okay, so this is a bit of a run into the section, but picking up as and where you can, but ready for going into figure D with the tenors. Okay. Excellent, good. Well, I hope that's been useful to at least look at the final section of that. May well in future weeks just revisit the first half of that. But I thought this evening it would be good or nice for us to have a look to sing through For Unto Us a Child is Born. How many days is it till Christmas now? Not all that many, is it? Anybody been Christmas shopping yet? I hear this year lots of people are doing it early.
Cancelled this year.
Oh, it's cancelled this year.
Excellent.
Ah, humbug.
7.
Us.
For unto us. Oh, I love this. For unto us a child is born.
So now we've all warmed up. Well, our runs are going to be the most wonderful thing in the world. But I'll mute everybody nonetheless. Okay, here we go then.
His name
I'll leave it to play. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Excellent. Well, I hope that's been helpful this evening. It's been great to see you all and dive into this amazing music. So thank you for coming and turning up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Right, lovely.
Hey,
Margaret,
Matt,
you need
Matt,
to. Yes.
I've only been on 2 minutes. It's taken me all that time to realise that you have to place the audio twice and then the internet.
Bless. Bless Peter.
Hello.
I wondered where you'd gone.
Well, the good news is you're on the internet. The rehearsal is on YouTube. So if anybody ever fancies having another revisit, it's there and available. I'm sure Margaret can share the details to get that.
I have sent them out.
Yeah, so that's there. But yeah, is there anything, Margaret? Is there anything you need to say? I'm aware. You have to forgive me. I don't know whether you normally do notices at a certain point or anything. I've just kind of ploughed on.
We do them in the interval, and they'll all be blessedly relieved that I'm not doing them. No, really, only to say thank you, and also welcome to those people tonight for whom this is their first rehearsal. It's been really good.
Yeah.
Lovely, great. Well, in which case, thank you all so much. What I'll do, I'll leave as I did last week. I'll leave the meeting open for anybody who is keen to stay and chat. I'm just going to say bye bye to those who are watching on YouTube now. I'm just going to turn the stream off, but thank you for joining on there.
Were you going to? Sorry, Matt. Were you going to ask the members